You hear a lot about people wondering about the dark side of the moon, but what happens on the dark side of the sun? Beer, 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 beer. Hello everybody, welcome back to me, mate Brewski, for another Rooski Brewski review. And today the beer I have for you is by the Black Oak Brewing Company. This is their Dark Side of the Sun Blonde Stout. It's actually a collaboration brew, a one-off, if I'm not mistaken. It was Black Oak Brewing Company and the Society of Beer Drinking Ladies. They decided to brew this up, and we're going to take a look at it today. Coming in at 5% alcohol by volume and a very low, or a decently low, 22 IBUs. Blonde Stouts. These are the beers that make me, a little confused, because you're getting flavors of a stout, but you're also getting, a blonder, lighter colored beer, which can play tricks in your brain sometimes if you're not ready for it. So let's pour it up into my Black Oak pint glass and see what we got. Do about a half pour. Half the can in here, and looking at it, I'd say it's definitely lighter for sure off the bat, but it looks more of like an amber blonde, or sorry, like an amber stout rather than a blonde stout. I guess the only other blonde stout that I can really compare this to is the Tom Green Blonde Milk Stout by Bose, which that one was very, very blonde. This one's definitely more amber in color, but still a very nice color. Pretty clear, you can see right through it. Nice bit of white head, or just off white head on top as well. Let's have a smell. So with this, you're getting some like milk chocolate, maybe some like lightly roasted coffee, some nutty notes as well. Yeah, like milk chocolate, light molasses, toffee, light coffee notes as well. Definitely not as strong like a traditional stout is, but you get some of those notes, which are really, really nice. Let's have a sip. There you get your nice darker chocolates, like lightly roasted, like light roast coffee bean sort of thing. It gets a big nuttiness and big earthy flavor as well. Definitely more on the lighter side as far as the flavors of stouts go, which is really nice. It's not as intense with those flavors, but it's still nice, big, and bold as far as it all goes. But with that said, cheers everybody. Let's keep on drinking. Sweet toffee notes blending in with the dark chocolate and coffee notes as well. Really, really nice. Goes down really smooth. Mouthfeel is really great as well. It's definitely not as thick as a mouthfeel compared to regular stouts as well. It is lighter in color for sure. Yeah, definitely doesn't have that, I guess, thicker sort of mouthfeel that you get from other stouts. But it goes down like a dream. And it's just a really damn good taste. It's like you're not getting kicked in the face with like really stouty flavors, like some stouts do. But this is a bit more laid back. I don't want to say it's a lighter taste, because stouts have a very rich, very bold flavor profile in general. This one's just a bit more relaxed, and it's easier going compared to some other stouts. And I think some people that maybe maybe don't drink stouts on the regular, this would be a great beer for them, because it gives them that flavor profile without I guess smacking them across the face with big, bold, huge, intense flavors. Well, this is a pretty darn delicious beer. Just works so well. There's a flavor in there near the tail end, and I don't know what it is, and I can't pinpoint what it is, but there's something right near the finish that is just so tasty. it just really it's like spikes up, perks up in flavor for a second, and that bit, ooh, it's a nice thing. Yeah, it's nutty, it's earthy, it's lightly chocolatey, coffee, just, delicious. Let's look on the can. Dark Side of the Sun Blonde Stout. 5% alcohol by volume, 22 IBUs. There's no other information. No description, no ingredients, no, actually, is it canned on date? Sorry, canned on date, September 28th, 2018. Yeah, no description, nothing here. It is a one-off, which makes sense of why there isn't one, but still it'd be very nice to see, because that's going to lead me into my next point, segue into the, what do you call this, website. Website is blackoakbeer.com, and scrolling down into our beers, it's not here. Then again, it is a one-off, but it isn't here, so you can't really find any information other than what's on the can, the ABV, IBUs. There's no description at all, which is a bit of a bummer. I know, even though I work for the company, I could definitely ask what's going on with the beer. There isn't one for the rest of the public, or, any beer drinkers out there that get a can of this, because it is only available in the brewery and only available for a limited time. So if you can, go down there and pick one up. Can you find it in the shop? Let's double check that. Currently available. They're all available. You can pick this up on their online store as well, which is great. Like to see that's what is still available. As far as I know, which is great. But finally, we're going to move over to Untapped. It's just a nice beer to kick back and relax with, especially by like a fire or something like that. Ooh, that would be perfect. Cottage, perfect. I don't know. Just how I feel about this beer. It's quite delicious. I haven't had many blonde stouts. Like I've said, the only other one I've had was the Tom Green iteration of their stout, their blonde stout, and that was pretty damn good. This is a still fairly good contender. But yes, Untapped, before I lose track, Untapped has given The Dark Side of the Sun a 3.63 bottle caps out of 5, and that's out of 72 ratings. There is a description here, though, which we're going to read. Brewed in collaboration with the Society of Beer Drinking Ladies in September 2018. This blonde stout is brewed without any of the dark roasted malts traditionally used in a stout. Instead, we get the roasted flavors from coffee freshly roasted by Toronto's Propeller Coffee Co., leaving you with a dark chocolate and caramel flavor with a light, malty, bready finish. Actually, a pretty damn good description. I think that's why it's not so intense, because they don't use the darker roasted malts, which makes sense because it's a blonde. And you're going to get darker colors out of darker malts because, colors and stuff, it seeps in, it's like tea, in a sense. That's how I sort of word about brewing, like making beer. Part of it is sort of like tea, because you got to extract stuff from the malts, and it changes the water color and changes the flavor. Look into it and you will understand. But yeah, that's sort of where I was going. Now I'm just rambling, and rambling's fine. But yes, very, very nice beer. The coffee comes up beautifully. They're saying caramel. I'm leaning towards toffee, but caramel and toffee can be very sometimes interchangeable depending on, I guess, your remembering of flavors, which makes sense. But it's really cool that they did use the Toronto Propeller Coffee Co. to brew this beer as well. They used some of that, so nice local ingredients. But with all that said, guys, cheers and final sip. Let's get right to ratings. In addition to the mouthfeel, it doesn't sit as heavy as other stouts, which is great, because sometimes stouts can sit a little too heavy. This one just sits just right, and that's one thing also that I really like about this beer. But ratings for the Dark Side of the Sun. It's a really good beer. It's a great blonde stout, but I think it would be more appropriate, I guess, to call it an amber stout, because it came out, the color wise was definitely more amber rather than like a light blonde. But other than that, great flavors, goes down smoothly, just something different, and that's what I like, something different. So with that said, the Black Oak Dark Side of the Sun gets a solid 8.5 out of 10 for me. And as for presentation, I really like the can design. It's really cool. You got like the sun. The middle is red, but the rest is all dark. So Dark Side of the Sun looks really cool. They list the IBUs, ABVs, and a canned on date on the bottom, clearly labeled. That's perfect. The only things that it's missing are ingredients and a description. I think that's it, yeah. Ingredients, description, ABV, IBU, brewed on. Perfect, yeah. It's only missing 2 things, which makes sense. It is a one-off. But still, I would like to see a bit of a description, even on your website, too. That would be really cool. But thankfully, Untappd comes in with the save for the description of the beer. Sadly, no ingredients are listed, but, if you're going to the brewery, you're going to pick this up. You can ask those questions, and they will definitely tell you probably what's going into this beer, if I'm not mistaken. But yes, with that said, presentation. Just because it's missing some information on the back and the website doesn't really have anything, I gotta give presentation a 7 out of 10. But that's because the logo, I think, is pretty badass. With all that said, guys, if you have any comments, questions, or beers on review in the future, you can leave all that information down in the comment box below. If you want to go ahead and like this video or subscribe to me, Mate Brewski, that'd be greatly appreciated as well. And my question of the day to you is, what other blonde stouts are out there? Because I would really like to try them out. I've only tried 2. I want to learn more. I want to try more. I want to see what other breweries make them. So if you know of any other blonde stouts, let me know down in the description box below. With all that said, that's going to do it for me, Mate Brewski. And like I always say, crack a beer and enjoy. Cheers.